There's a certain drum bounce that's dominating in 2026. You can hear it in modern drill,
I break brick by brick, bricklayer brick by brick.
trap, and the underground scene. But what exactly is it, and how can you make it? Well, in this video, I'll be breaking down the exact patterns and sounds producers are using, so you can stay ahead of the game too. But real quick, I have something crazy to announce because I'm officially dropping my first ever plugin, Layerizer, designed to give your melodies a unique texturized layer. I've been secretly working on this for the past 9 months, and now it's like my baby's almost here. I'll give you a quick preview soon, but if you want to get your hands on it at a discounted rate and with bonuses, just click the link in the description to join the list. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so I want to make something that has a drill influence but a modern bounce. So I'm going to put the BPM up to 145 and I want to go orchestral. If you remember my videos from a few years back, everything was orchestral and I miss those days, man. So we're going to use the orchestra complete. This just has all the main strings you'd need. Now let's just start with a dark melody. Let's copy this. Let's try this. Or we could get rid of it there. Then let's copy this out. For dark melodies, you just want it pretty repetitive. Then add these two at the end, just for that little bit of variation. And then let's switch up the bass and bring this down. Maybe more like that. Just so it goes with the bass more. We're going to randomize that velocity. So we've got the main layer. I'm just going to clone that and then add some tremolo strings, which have a bit more movement. Let's go to strings of winter. This used to be one of my favorite banks. I think I just want to repeat this note. Just a root note. Let's layer those chords with something. I'm thinking a choir. Could use a free one. Yeah, this one always does the trick. Or we could pitch it up, but then add some halftime. That might work. Let's pull up BBC's Symphony Orchestra, which is also a free plugin. This one, I think I just want to grab a bass note. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Just makes it way darker. I also want to layer the main strings with something more interesting to give it some textures. So I'm thinking a pad. Sometimes when you blend realistic instruments with synthesized ones, you get some really nice textures. Maybe we could grab a pad in Prisma. This one's kind of hard. I think this one blends with it. Just need mixing because I want to take out some of the lows from this one. Just keep this part of it. Let's pitch it up though. And then we've got halftime on it. Just gonna filter the main strings too. Get them sounding a bit darker. Because I want this melody dark and repetitive, I'm going to render it like this. And I was intentionally working in F minor so that I could pitch it down a couple. Because I want to work in D sharp minor. I just like how the 8-weight sounds there. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Now we're getting that dark feeling. You know what? We could even reverse it. Why not, man? See how this is sounding. Yo, some people get at me for reversing everything, but I'm addicted to that reverse sound. What if we double the speed? Let's see how this sounds. This could be crazy. Just repeating this. I want to try something real quick. I'm going to go back to the MIDI and extend it so it's double the length. Because I want that sound that the stretching gives us, but maybe the melody doesn't need to be that fast. If I do the same processing now, or the same chops, where we double it like this. Might even pitch it up 1. Let's see how this sounds. Now here's where the sauce happens, because this is where my secret weapon, Layerizer, comes in. So usually when I get to this stage of the melody, I feel like it's missing some texture or it's missing some high end. And I usually have a process where I go through like 5 or 6 different plugins to achieve that sound. But what I had the vision to do was to create a plugin that just instantly does it for you. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to send this new melody to empty insert. Now we're going to pull up Layerizer. And look how sick this plugin looks, man. I've been dying to show you guys this, but I had to keep it quiet for a long time. I'm not going to go crazy in depth today, today because it's not 100% there. I still need to create presets and do more testing. But it took 9 months to develop this because I kept having to go back to the developer to get the sound right. I was really particular about how I wanted this to sound and what I was trying to achieve. The goal was to start a melodic idea, run your melody through Layerizer, and spit back out a new high-end textured layer that you could use in somewhere like the hook, or just to add some more excitement to your melody. Let me show you what I mean. So first we're going to pitch the melody up 2 octaves. We'll keep the mix at 100%. This is going to decrease the quality of the melody, which is intentional. Then we're going to time stretch it, which will essentially bring it back down 1 octave. I'm going to introduce some grains and pitch these up an octave. About there. We'll add some reverb, increase the stereo width, and the auto pan. And we could just make this like a half. You see how crazy this is sounding? Let's really filter out that low end. So that's the sound I was looking for. And if you want to go a bit crazier, when you bring this storm knob up, it really starts to make things a bit more intense and even reverses some of the grains. See what I'm saying? Like, how would you normally create that texture? So now all we need to do is just spit that back out. You could trim that and bring it back. Now if you listen, we'll have a whole new layer. We didn't have to think of any more melodies. So you might have this in a verse, and then when a part with more energy comes in, yeah. There's so much you can do with Layerizer, but the main purpose of it was to give you these unique textured layers just like this one. So if you like the sound of it and you want to join the waitlist, the link's in the description. Last thing for the melody is just going to be a violin solo to add in a bridge or something. Just switched up this part here. Alright, so what you actually clicked on the video for, the drums. I'm going to be using my Magma drum kit in my Pyroverse trap bundle, still my most used kit. And for modern trap and drill, you usually want to start with a snare. We'll use one of the essentials. Now the bounce that's used in so many beats, whether it's modern drill, hood trap, jerk, or underground, it always starts like this. You'll have a snare on the first black one, then on the third red one, and then on the first red one. So just starting with these 3 will keep you up to date. You've probably heard it in so many beats. And then from here, there's a few different things you can do. One is to just copy that and maybe get rid of that first one. And then have that type of bounce. The other is to add another one on the next first red one and then the next third black one. And this is the bounce that I prefer. Then you can copy that. It seems simple, but this is the foundation that most producers are using these days, especially in this scene. If you look at a lot of the drill rappers you used to listen to, a lot of them are actually moving to this bounce. This is just what happens over time. When one thing gets rinsed, like that classic drill snare pattern, people look for new ways to stand out. And then when one thing catches, everyone follows. And I'm not saying you should be copying exactly what everyone else is doing, because then it's going to be really hard to stand out. But you can take the foundation and add your own personal touch to it. That way your beats are going to be relevant and up to date, but have your own unique twist on it. You could add some notes in between these. Just to add more bounce. Let's grab a snap, or you could use a second snare, clap, rim, just whatever you think sounds right. And this can just be on every third, so here. Might just bring this down so it will go to a lower pitch. Might add a more interesting one. Maybe just on the fourth one. Yeah. Let's add some open hats as well. Let's grab this too. This is another common sound we could add. Maybe like here. This can just repeat. I think one more open hat. So this is turning into more of a jerk drill beat, but honestly with that snare pattern, it's the foundation of so many different styles these days. Because it's jerk drill, what I like to do for these is go to my deep suite and the hydro drum kit, and then there's these Jersey bounce perks which work really well. Let's just take a few of them. I might just take this one here. Let's take this one. We could add this too. Yeah, let's grab one of these fills as well. Okay, for the 8-weight, we're gonna add a couple different ones. Most people are using the spins. It's just one of those goated sounds that hits without any mixing. Just gonna boost it a bit, maybe the EQ too. Set it to cut itself. Now for the 8-weight, you just wanna follow a similar pattern to that first snare we added. So you could start with these 3, or you could get rid of the middle one. Let's take some of the lows out the main melody. Just let the 8-weight cut through. Copy that. Copy that, then bring the last ones down. So this is where you can get creative and add your own touch as well. Instead of just having one 8-weight, we might have 2. Now I like to use this one. And then cut it there. You could also try the J spins, which is in my Magma drum kit. That's the normal. This is my version. I'm even gonna add some log drums. Yeah, and then the Detroit at the end like this. That's crazy. Maybe one more here. Let's copy the log drums to the second half. We'll get rid of them here. Let's try a third beat as well, just to see. See how this pattern is getting a bit crazy with the different sounds. So what I usually like to do is have a full 16 bars. And in the first half, I might get rid of all of the extra 8-weights. And then also just keep the normal spins in the first half. And then not have that 8-weight roll at the end of this first 8. So now it's not going to be too much because all the extra creative stuff is only going to happen after 8 bars. I would also maybe cut some of the other sounds when those rolls come in. We'll move the fill back here. And maybe with the snare, we just copy that 8-weight roll pattern. Let's get my signature sound in. Yeah, maybe a transition too. Last thing with the 8-weight is to pitch this up an octave and this up 7. This makes it more interesting in this one section. Let's add one more sound for impact. It's classic snuff perk. Let's copy that out. Alright, quickly for the mix. I usually have my melody somewhere around -6. That 8-weight will be intentionally clipping. And then I really just adjust the levels. I have the snare and the snap quite loud. And then all the perks and open hats, they can be a little bit underneath them. And you can see that some are slightly panned to the right and some to the left, just for some balance. Bring the effects down a little bit. Just panning the log drums too. To be honest, I usually just mix as I'm making the beat. I adjust the levels as I go instead of saving it all to the end. And then for the master, I just keep a soft clipper there. Might just mute the melody in some parts too. Same again here. And let's add halftime to the main melody here. Then we'll gradually bring it off. And we're just gonna add this sub bass for this bridge as well. Okay, let's have a listen from the beginning. So just starting with the normal melody to grab attention.
DJ Cactus.
Yeah, this one's wild. Different 808s too. So we're just carrying on with the drums. And the hook had that texturized layer from Layerizer. Got the log drums now. Now the bridge. So I hope you guys are feeling this one. If you want to check out Layerizer, the link's in the description to join the waitlist. Or for more videos just like this, click up here.